Hello, my name is Len Showalter, and I'm off-grid camping in beautiful British Columbia at 3,800 feet, and I like it. I'm doing this video because these are some of the prerequisites that I need to make my camping trip enjoyable. Well, there's quite a few things. I have cooktop stove, and attached to that I have a 20-pound propane bottle. I don't use one of those little wee bottles because they would only last me a day or 2 days. This 20-pound bottle lasts me approximately 2 weeks. Here are some other prerequisites that I need to help make my camping trip enjoyable. One would be this lantern. I did a lot of research on lanterns, and this one came up big time, and I got it. And I'm very happy with it. It's called I don't know if you can see that, it's called a Streamlight. And you can make it into a light bulb. Undo it, and it becomes a light bulb. And it's got a hook on the top of it, so that you can hang it up. And it's just like having a light bulb. And the battery life in this is phenomenal. It lasts anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, how much you use it. Other prerequisites that I have to make my camping trip enjoyable. One would be a dog. This is Princess, and I've made a bed for her under where I cook, and she's got a lake view. She very much likes it down there. I got her in Baja, Mexico in January 2023. She was homeless on the beach, starving to death. So I picked her up, and she's turned into a beautiful dog. Her name is Princess. Princess, say hello to the people. Oh, stay there. No, she wants to say hello. Other prerequisites that I need to make my camping enjoyable, I've put them out here. I've shown you the lantern. Another thing is this mosquito coil. I need these mosquito coils because where I am at right now, it's infested with mosquitoes. Let me open it up. 3 of them out in my campsite, and they keep the mosquitoes away because I'm infested with mosquitoes. And another thing that I use when I go on hikes, I use this. It's called Woods. And then, of course, bear spray. Bear spray, when you're in the wilds of British Columbia, you need it. And I'll comment on this bear spray. As you can see, it's got this orange clip on it. That orange clip prevents it from accidentally going off. And it's got a chain on it. That chain prevents that orange clip from getting lost. I had a bear spray where that orange clip got lost. And because it no longer had it on, it could very easily have activated itself. I'll show you. You take the orange clip off, and then you activate it. But with this chain on, it prevents the orange clip from coming off and getting lost. So if you do get bear spray, put that orange clip on it. Also, when you have bear spray, you don't want to carry it in your pocket, because if you have to find it, you want to be fumbling around trying to find it if there's a bear around. So you have a case. You can buy a case for it. Put the bear spray in there. It's got a strap on the back where you put it on your belt. If you're adventurous, you can go out, get a wildlife cam, put it on a trail. A trail is something that may be 100 years old when you're out in the wilderness, and deer and other animals will use it. You put it on the trail and you get some interesting pictures. And then of course I have my binoculars. At present I am inside my Eureka tent, and there's a cold wind blowing, and I don't feel the wind at all. And I have no concern about it coming down because I have it roped up good. There's a screen in front of me. Let me go in and see if you can see the screen. Mosquito netting in front of me. Stops the mosquitoes from coming in. And this Eureka tent has panels all the way around it. And these panels you can raise up or put down. If it's pouring rain, you don't get wet. And it prevents the rain from coming in. And it has a vent up top also. The vent's closed right now. I really like this Eureka tent. It has hooks on the sides here where you can put stuff, and it will contain the heat that's generated by my camp stove. Now be careful, you're using propane. When you're using propane, you do not have an enclosed area or you will die. You will definitely die. But I have this front part of my Eureka tent open, so there's a lot of circulation. I do this. I wouldn't recommend you do it. Get a propane detector also if you're going to do this. Now this Eureka tent, I find it extremely well constructed. Extremely well constructed. I'll take you to the outside. The zippers on it, I'll call them construction grade zippers. Really heavy duty zippers. This is the screen here, right here, and these are the flaps. So I'll open the flap to give me access to the outside, and we'll go outside. I'll close it up so the mosquitoes won't come in. Close the flap up so that if it rains, no rain will get in. These are the mosquito coils I was telling you about. I have one burning here, another one burning here, and another one burning here. Oh, here's the Eureka tent. That's what I call it, a Eureka tent. What is the name of it? Eureka Northern Breeze. I have the 12 by 12. Here are the poles on it. Extremely thick poles, constructed well. Ropes come with it. Very much impressed with it. Very much impressed with it. And these flaps on the side, they go up. And in addition to that, they've thought of putting this on when you have the flaps down. What this does, it stops the rain from coming in and the wind from coming in. It's very well engineered. They've thought of everything. And it's got flaps on the bottom, so the mosquitoes can't get in. These are flaps, so mosquitoes can't get in. And here's the front of it, and here's the open window I have. I can leave this open. There's a screen here. I can leave that open when it's pouring rain, when it's windy, and I continue to have my beautiful view. Now, the people that make Eureka, pay attention to what I'm going to say next. What is the downside of this Eureka Northern Breeze? I camp in beautiful British Columbia, and there are no no-see-ums where I go camping. A lot of mosquitoes. And where I go camping, it gets hot, 70, 80 degrees. And this Eureka Northern Breeze, I'm sure that, and it does not allow any movement of air. So when it gets to be 70, 80 degrees, I cannot be inside it. And I have to come out where all the mosquitoes are. Well, the whole point of my camping trip is to get away from the mosquitoes. So that is a very big downside to the Eureka Northern Breeze. So at a considerable expense to myself, and because I love the construction of this, I went to a seamstress and had them take out all the no-see-um screening, and I went online and bought ordinary mosquito screening. Mosquito screening is larger holes, you might say, than no-see-um. The air can move through it. So now that I have the mosquito screening on it, when it's 70, 80 degrees, the air is moving through and I can stay in my tent, be away from the mosquitoes. One time I went online and someone was talking about his safari adventures in Africa. He was a commercial safarier, and he mentioned no-see-um. His tents do not have no-see-um screening because it gets too hot and people cannot use the tents. He said, stay away from no-see-um screening. I can see Eureka having no-see-um screening because in Ontario and other places there's no-see-ums. But where I go, British Columbia, Baja, there's no no-see-ums. I used this actually in the Baja this year. In January 2023 and December 2022. And it worked beautifully because I got rid of the no-see-um screening and put in ordinary mosquito screening. It was very expensive to have done. So if IKEA I'm talking to the owners now, if IKEA would put out 2 types of tents, one with no-see-um and one with normal mosquito screening, I think they'd see their sales increase. That vent up here on the Eureka tent, it's important if it gets changed out from no-see-um netting to mosquito netting. If you leave the no-see-um netting in the vent, it gets very hot up in this area here, and it contains the heat because it can't get out with the no-see-um netting. So I had that changed up also to mosquito netting. Eureka tent on a hot day. Cool inside the Eureka tent since I put the mosquito netting in and got rid of the no-see-um. And there's a vent up top. I open that up and the heat doesn't accumulate up there. Now we'll go inside. Inside, I've put down a heavy poly tarp with indoor-outdoor carpet. That works beautifully. The tarp stops the bugs from bothering you, and then the rain and the indoor carpet stays nice and dry. My lantern. A Cabanas cooler. I did research on the internet and YouTube on it, and it came up top, and it is top. It's a beautiful cooler. It's also bear proof. If you were to put a lock on it right here, at both ends, you'd bear proof it.